Knitting is one of those simple pleasures that once you've mastered it can really lead to all sorts of lovely things that you can make with very little skill. As long as you know the basics of how to cast on, cast off, do knit and purl stitch, and you can knit a simple square or rectangle, you can turn those into all sorts of things. You can make covers for tea lights, you can even make a teddy bear, all sorts of things. But let's just get you started with the basics right now, and then you can see how the basic building blocks can be turned into all sorts of things later on. So I'm going to show you now how to cast on, because that's obviously the first thing you need to be able to do. So the first thing you need to do is make a slip knot. So you have your piece of wool and cross it over to make a loop, then bring the short end up through underneath with another loop and pull that. So you see you have your first loop. So that is the slip knot, which is the first point for casting on. Okay, so there you've got your slip knot. Put it onto the needle and just pull that so that it's not pulled very tight, because you need the other needle to go through, but obviously it needs to be snug enough so it's not going to fall off. So you have it in your left hand, put the right needle through the loop that's on the needle. So you cross the right hand needle behind the left, and you bring the long piece of wool that goes to the ball of wool around behind the right hand needle, and you'll see that it makes a loop around the needle, that when you pull the right hand needle down and through, you can catch that loop on that needle. So now you've got one loop on the left hand, one loop on the right hand. You pull up the right hand loop and switch it onto the left. And there you can see that is effectively the second stitch in your casting on row. So then you do it again, as many times as you like. Put the needle through, bring the long piece around behind, pull your needle back through, snagging that loop again, and hook it on to the left hand needle. So just keep going with that for as many stitches as you need to cast on. And once you've got the hang of it, you can get faster and faster. But don't worry about speed initially, because obviously you just want to get to grips with the basic. That means you can start to really enjoy knitting.